I'm standing here with Michael Lange, and he is the director.
I'm a co-executive producer / director.
All right, wonderful. And you've worked on, what, how many decades now have you worked in television?
Well, oh my God, decades makes me sound old. I've actually been doing it since 1983. So
And
that
what
would
was
be
your
27 years.
What was your first show?
Well, the first thing I did as a director was second unit, which was all the big stunts and stuff on a show called The Fall Guy.
Oh man, Lee Majors.
Oh, maybe not before you were born.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Great.
People don't realize.
Lee Majors, right?
Lee Majors.
And he was a stunt man, and he was also a bounty hunter.
Is that how you got into it? The stunts, or
I was the second unit director, so I directed all the stunt stuff. That was, it was odd for me because my training is in theater. And so I was always wondering what a Jewish guy from New York is doing hanging out with all these redneck stunt guys in the dirt.
My God, sounds like a Woody Allen movie.
It could have been, except it wasn't funny. Now I'm funny. And then I directed, the first show I directed was called Riptide, which was a Stephen Cannell. It was 3 guys on a boat.
I totally remember it.
Yeah, it was a good show. Yeah. And then 27 years later, I'm here. I've done almost 230 hours of television and 1 feature film. I've done Jake and the Fat Man, Hunter in that era, and then I did Dynasty, 1 episode of Dynasty towards the end, and not.
You actually tell us about that, about doing Dynasty. Is that something you're proud of, or is that?
There's an element of every show I've ever done that I'm proud of. Mostly the check. No, kidding. I love doing it. And then I've done Life Goes On, which is where the guy I just introduced you to, Rick Rosenthal.
Sure.
I did 16 episodes of that, which was amazing. And then I've done The X-Files, Northern Exposure, Greek. I've directed 28 episodes of Greek. And now Diva.
How does Diva compare to all the stuff you've done before it?
It's the best show I've ever done.
And why? Why is that? You sell it well.
What I'm doing now. It's always the best show. The best show you've ever done is the one you're doing now. That's how you're successful.
Is it a mindset? I mean, I know you're being serious. It's a mindset you put yourself in.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, each show I've ever done, maybe with a few exceptions, but most of the shows I've done, you always find something about it that's special.
And what's special about Diva?
The characters, I think, are kind of fun and interesting. The subject matter is challenging because it's about, the core of the subject matter of the show is a heavy woman. Where's the beauty in a size 14 woman? And it's challenging in our culture, and I think that's good. So even though the show is essentially a comedy, the core of the show is actually quite a serious cultural issue, and that's kind of cool.
And it speaks to you.
It does. Jackson.
One of the things that I wondered about you looking back at your career was there's a renaissance, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a retrospective. There's a renaissance now with remakes. We've got the A-Team coming out this summer. You didn't work on the A-Team. But, what if they decided to remake Riptide or something like that? I mean, how do you feel about the remake trend? The 80s revisited.
Right. Well, I mean, I think it's in a way it's kind of sad because can't we come up with new ideas rather than getting retreads of old ideas? However, I must say I would look forward to I'm looking forward to the A-Team movie because the show is pretty cool, and I think the movie hopefully will be better.
Well, the level of sophistication associated with television as well as the movies these days narratively is much different than what we had in the 80s, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I think the quality of television in terms of the stories you can tell, the depth that you can go with the characters, and, the complexity of the storylines is actually in a way better than it is in film, I think. Because, the problem with films is that the budgets are also huge to promote the film. Is again another huge amount of money, so they don't feel they can take the kind of risks that we can take in TV, especially on cable. I mean, to me, cable TV is doing a lot more interesting stuff than network TV. And again, I think it's just about the financial aspect of it.
Well, you anticipated my next question because this is a cable show on. You anticipate, the thing about film, you've done one feature film, they compress time so much more and the narrative gets a little squeezed. On television, you're able to tell a longer story,
Right.
but assuming that you're not going to get canceled. And Diva, of course, has been picked up,
Right.
and it's doing incredibly well. So are you now feeling like you can take more risks as you move forward with the show?
Probably I'm not the best one to ask that because I don't have that much to do with the storylines or. I have found on other shows I've worked on that that's actually not the case. That often when the show is successful, they don't want to mess with it. Because as that old, I think it's a Georgian expression, you don't want to mess with success.
Now, Michael, the show is shot in Georgia, shot all over, and some in Coweta County, some in Fayette County and Peachtree City. Can you tell us, is it great working in Georgia, and what's your experience with it?
I actually love it. You know, most of my work has been done in L.A., and of course, it's great to shoot in L.A. The best of everyone is there, and of course, it's close to my house, which is nice. But the thing about LA that's kind of a drag is that everyone is so cynical about it. Oh, here comes a movie company or a TV show, and give me the money, and no one's excited. Well, we were shooting last week. I wasn't directing. I was producing last week, and we were shooting at a house in Noonan, and the owners of the house were so starstruck with the whole process. And to us working, it's always fun when people are excited about what we do because we're all excited about what we do. And as I was saying, so working here, it's fantastic because everyone's enthusiastic and they want to see and they want to see what the whole process is. And then the locations, everything's a little easier to get to.
Right.
It's a little easier to make deals with people. Again, they're more appreciative of having us there.
I guess your commute times are better.
Well, not on Greek. It's only 5 minutes from my house,
Oh, okay.
but in other cases, yes. But yeah, the commute's great. No traffic. The people are extremely friendly. All the stories about the friendly Southerners so far true in my.
This is the second time you shot in Georgia,
Second
right?
time in Georgia, but I've shot in Wilmington, North Carolina, a few times, and in Charleston on one show. But it's great. No, I love it here, and we can get everything. I don't think anyone would know that we don't shoot the show in L.A.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like,
They've
like
mimicked
LA.
it pretty
Yeah.
well. You have built an amazing set. We're going to get to walk around on it. Our internet viewers probably don't know, but it's shot in Noonan partially. And Noonan was, of course, where they shot Zombieland. They've done a number of movies, and we're still very happy to see you. We've probably shot, 10 years of movies here at least, major motion pictures, and now episodic television. So, that's a testament to the Southern hospitality, don't
Right.
you think?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the food, it's good.
So tell us about the story going forward on Diva. Is there anything you can reveal that people out there might want to know about characters and plot lines and that kind of thing?
Well, I can tell them, but then I'd have to kill them all.
Jeez. It's all under
Starting
lock
with
and
you.
key. Well, I'm expendable. I guess
No, it's going to be, it explores new aspects of Jane's character and her experiences, learning to live in this body that she's not used to and how she's adjusting to all of that. And there's a love interests and all kinds of fantastic events happen.
Well, and that's one of the fun things about the show, and I know we're winding down, but there's a lot of dream sequences.
Yep.
There are a lot of out-of-body experiences,
Exactly.
obviously. And what of those, whether they're in the past or going forward, have you had the most fun shooting?
Well, probably in the opening episode, which I think airs June 4th, 6th, June 4th in some areas, but no, June 6th. We had a huge dance sequence. It was a dream sequence, and we had Paula Abdul in it, and it was fantastically fun to shoot.
I guess you did the choreography on that, is that?
No, I did not do the choreography, but I did have some notes on the choreography. But no, it was, we flew in a choreographer from Los Angeles who was amazing, Ty Storio, and we had dancers, and it was a fantastically fun day.
Well, thank you, Michael. This is Michael Lange, and he's the director and one of the co-producers, co-executive producers of the popular television show Drop Dead Diva.
Extremely
popular on Lifetime.
Thank
Thanks.
you, Jonathan.
All right.
I'm Michael Lange, director of Drop Dead Diva, and you're watching The Film Fix.